experttrainer.com. For complete Oracle SQL training, please visit experttrainer.com. For just $25, you can download all Oracle SQL training videos in WMV format, which can be played using Windows Media Player. Subscription is valid for 6 months. We talked about the first disadvantage, redundant data. Let's talk about the next disadvantage, complex searches. Although MS Excel might allow you to filter and search through the data in your spreadsheet, some more complex searches might not be possible due to the way the data is structured. I mean, Excel lets you filter data or search data, but some complex searches, I'm going to give you an example for it, but some complex searches might not be possible because of the way we structure the data in an Excel file. And a text document, you can search through it, but you cannot filter data. I mean, it does not even let you filter data. For example, let's say you store customer data and products manufactured by or sold by your store, and the orders placed by the customers for these products. So you store customer information, you store product information, and you store orders in order information placed by the customers in one or more Excel sheets. Now you want to create a report that displays customer, product, and non-order information, all this together by date, and another report that includes the same information by customer, and another report that includes the same information by product. You want to produce several reports with the same information but filtered by different categories and sorted by different things. You can imagine how tedious it's going to be to create those reports using Excel or using the data in Excel. It involves a lot of manual work, which is error prone. In databases such as Oracle or SQL Server takes care of all these things easily. Once we use the structured query language SQL in the coming sessions, your eyes will be open to all the possibilities and all the flexibilities that are not available to you when you are using spreadsheets to manage your data. So you'll understand more and more what I'm talking about, and you'll understand more about the advantages provided by databases compared to Excel spreadsheets when we go further into the session or further into the course. Securing your data and other things like protecting data from malicious, unauthorized users. Is there a way to do that with a text file? Absolutely not. Maybe you can protect the folder in which the text file is saved, but with a spreadsheet, probably not that easy. I mean, you can probably protect the entire file or folder, but can you protect part of the data from one user? For example, let's say you don't want one of your users to see the customer's social security number, but you want them to have access to all other information about the customers. So you don't want them to see a social security number because it's secure and only a few people should see it. But you want them to have access to all the other information about the customers. Can you do that with a text file or an Excel sheet? Probably not. You can do all this using a database. It lets you protect a part of the data from the customer, from the users, or from the specific people you want, and it will let you it will let you do a lot of things. It will let you protect part of the data, entire data, a few rows or few columns from the users, and simultaneous access to the data. A text file or an Excel sheet does not let multiple users to access the data at the same time. So if you have an Excel sheet with customer data and somebody is modifying it, if somebody has it open already, somebody else cannot open the same Excel file or a text document to modify data and save it. But a database will allow that. Database will allow multiple users to access the same data simultaneously without compromising anything or without corrupting the data. Deleting related data. Let's say you store customers' data in one Excel sheet and products into another Excel sheet. can you stop somebody from deleting a customer's information when the customer has corresponding orders? So if we are storing customers and products or order information in separate Excel sheets, and if a customer has orders, has already placed an order, can we stop a user from deleting the customer's information? Anybody who has access to the Excel document can delete a customer information even when there are orders placed by the customer. This will invalidate the order information. So if you have the order information for the customer, but if you don't have the customer information, it will invalidate the entire order. But can you restrict users from doing that? Probably not. Maybe possible, but not that easy. But we can restrict a user from deleting customer information when there is order data by defining, in case of a database, we can do that by defining relationship between these two types of data. So we, in a database, we establish a relationship between these two data type, or between two types of data, customers and orders. If that is the case, if there is order information, the database will not let the users delete the customer information. Storing data in text files or Excel documents have more disadvantages than the disadvantages we discussed just now. But I think we discussed enough to make a point. Now we know that a database provides a lot of advantages compared to storing data in text files or spreadsheets. But you will understand how a database will provide these advantages when we talk more about it in the coming sessions. Database management system. What is a database management system? When I said database until now, I meant a database management system. Like whenever I said database, I meant a database management system. A text file or an Excel sheet that stores data can also be referred to as a database. But what I meant by a database until now is actually a system that manages data. So I was talking about a database management system, or a DBMS. A database management system is a software that takes care of a lot of heavy lifting in managing your data. So it takes care of a lot of internal details when you work with the data. So you just need to submit a command if you want to do something to with the data in the database, and the database takes care of all the internal details and it executes that command. And yes, there is a little bit of an overhead compared to the simplicity of text files or Excel spreadsheets. However, the flexibility and security of using a database will really outweigh the disadvantages of having to learn a whole new syntax and a whole new way of thinking and so on. You probably have to learn a set of new commands or a different programming language altogether to work with the databases. But I think the advantages it provides will offset all these, all the learning curve that is involved in learning to work with the database management system. Relational databases were conceived of back in 1970s by an IBM researcher whose name is Card, and he is the father of relational databases. But actually relational databases were popularized in 1980s when they were used commercially. At that time, Card was looking into new ways to handle large amounts of data. He wanted to solve two basic problems that existed with the databases up to that point, where all the data was handled by huge mainframe computers and storage capacity was limited and very expensive. So during his time, all the data was handled by the big mainframe computers, and the storage capacity of those mainframe computers was very limited and also very expensive.